Hi there, I'm Shane Spiers and welcome to another edition of the Performance Brief where we give you one breakthrough business idea in just 5 minutes. My guest today is Peter Thomson. Peter, a very warm welcome. Where are you today?
Thank you, Shane. Lovely to be with you. In fact, I'm in sunny Leamington Spa, and I say sunny because it may not be sunny outside, but it's always sunny on the inside where I am, that's for sure.
That's lovely. For those of you who don't know him, Peter is known as the UK's most prolific information product creator and now regarded as the UK's leading strategist on business and personal growth. Starting a business in 1972, he built 3 successful companies, selling the last to a public company after only 5 years trading for 4.2 million, enabling him to retire at age 42. Since that time, Peter has concentrated on sharing his proven methods for business and personal success via audio and video programs, books, seminar and mentoring programs. With over 100 audio and 100 video programs written and recorded, he is a Nightingale Constant's leading UK author. Peter specialises in helping coaches, consultants and speakers to share more of their authentic messages with more people than they could ever reach on one-to-one basis by showing them how to grow their business, charge the right fee rates and become a published author. Wow.
It's true. It's exactly what I do.
Brilliant. Peter, our subject today is how information products can change lives, and we have 5 minutes for the interview. Are you ready?
Indeed I am.
Brilliant. I will start the clock. So let's start with the first one. Tell me about your vision to change the helping industry.
Excellent. I've been dealing with coaches, consultants, speakers and trainers for about the last 25 years and sharing with them how I've personally written books, created audio programs, mentoring programs, online, offline, subscription products. And I know for most of them, firstly, they're not charging Shane what the value they deliver is. And I'm not getting people to only focus on money because I believe money is the silent applause for a job well done. But I get them to raise their fee rates to the proper rate and show them how to take what's up here, get it onto paper, turn it into products and get it out there in the world so they make more of a difference.
Brilliant. Okay. So linking to that, what is the Achievers Club and who's it for?
Right, well, nearly 20 years ago, I started an audio newsletter on cassette that went out every month. And over the 13 years I was running it, 260,000 copies of it were bought by achievers across the world. So now, following Peter Diamandis' advice, I've dematerialized it and demonetized it, and I've put it onto an online portal called theachieversclub.com, where people can subscribe for as long or as short as they like. They can try the whole thing for just $1 and see if it's for them. And it's a complete suite of tools on personal, business, marketing, sales to help people build for themselves a career and a life or a business of choice.
Brilliant. So what are the critical factors that drive a good quality information product?
Well, they get to the chase quickly. They've got real practical stuff. I find out there, Shane, I'm sure you're the same, I find a lot of people who talk about what. And they talk about why, but there's not enough people talking about how.
Yeah.
And therefore, my expression is, if you teach what, you'll get paid. If you teach how, you'll get wealthy. So you've got to be prepared to share your ideas down to the minutest detail to explain to people the step-by-step process they can use while still putting their own personality into it to actually use the material that you're teaching them, whether it's writing a book, creating a video or audio program, a mentoring program, or even doing their marketing. You've got to show people the steps to do it. And if you do that, that makes a fantastic informational product.
Right. So it's about implementation, making sure that they've got enough to implement.
Absolutely, exactly right. Action is the key. That's what it's all about.
So what are the most common mistakes you see in the creation of information products?
Well, first mistake is that people don't get to the point quickly enough. They waffle. The second thing is it's far too long when it doesn't need to be. And people get carried away with their videos and have them 17 hours long when 7 minutes would probably do it. They date the information in this way. So rather than just saying 5 years ago, they find 5 years ago and they give the date of it. And once you start to date the information, then people think about it. You've framed it in a different way. For example, I've heard famous presenters say on their audio programs and video programs, as we approach the millennium. Now, that is a crazy thing to say because you've dated it.
Yeah.
And if people listen to it in whatever year it might be after that, and you say I'm being careful at the moment, then they will have that colour and they'll think, oh, this information's old, where it may be timeless rather than old. The other mistake they make is they don't talk to one person. They use their on-stage language patterns and say things like some of you and all of you. When really, when you're talking to an audio program, you're talking through the microphone, or if you're using a video program, you're talking through the lens, what's called through the fourth wall, to the person that you're talking to. And therefore, you should talk in the singular and not in the plural. And that way you build rapport with your listener or viewer or reader, because it's the same in writing. Yeah. So you don't want to make those mistakes because it just takes the edge of what could be a very powerful program.
Yeah, brilliant. And we've got a minute left, Peter. What's the current trends in this whole area, in this helping industry? What do you see happening?
I see a lot happening, and the biggest thing that's happening, Shane, it's a great question. It's quite simple. It's what we're doing today. It's video.
Right.
And if you've not got your stuff on video, you're absolutely missing a trick. There is more video loaded every month onto the net than 3 decades of television content. That's the speed at which it's going. If you don't have a video on your homepage, on your website, if you don't have a video in your marketing, in fact, simply putting the words new video in capitals in the subject line of a marketing email has the chance of increasing your open rates by up to 20%. Video is the absolute game these days. And you don't need to appear the way you and I are comfortable doing this. Yeah. It could be a read and speak video. It could be a PowerPoint or keynote presentation that you talk to. Or it could be a demonstration of a particular skill and you screen grab your screen from your computer and show people what you're doing. But video is the number one thing that you've got to get into if you're going to be sharing your knowledge, your experience and your expertise. And what most people miss out, their take on it. Because that's where the money is. That's what people pay you for, is your differentiator, the way that you're slightly different and your way of explaining, your spin, your take on it.
Brilliant. We've come to the end of our 5 minutes. These links will be below the video, but I just wanted to get them in. www.peterthomson.com, peterthomson.tv and www.theachieversclub.com. Brilliant.
Absolutely. And there's no P in